this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team.
Official.
I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you.
I do this for the kids who sit a bit outside the mix, who maybe cope through humor just to fit in for a bit, who never let the world know when depression's setting in. To all of those who know you, that impression don't exist, and it ain't counterfeit, it's just a way to counter it. I'm living things I dreamed about, I still encounter it. It ain't something that a cigarette or alcohol can fix, but all because of it I flipped it quick, went on to write some hits. This a success, off another breath. This the first step in searching to be nothing less than be the best in what you do, to prove their strength in being you. Learn so much in chasing dreams that I never would in school. Depends on where your passion lie, just no passion never lie. Life presents distractions, but your actions have to fortify the things that you believe in. Have to scream it like a battle cry, and leave the ones who didn't looking stupid while they're asking why. Couldn't lie, I really do this for the ones I love, those who treat the music as a vice and lyrics like a drug, those who need advice on how to lift their spirit high enough to break out of the box they make of lives they know aren't good enough. Just because it's how it is don't mean it's how it has to be. This is what the uninspired testifiers fail to see. Jealousy results from being that which others failed to be, and if it means you're not with me, that honestly sounds fair to me.
I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you.
Do this for my mother, she'll be working for the summer. Do this for my father, cause these days I often wonder what my life would have been like if I was not adopted, to grow up in a home where I was treated like a problem. I don't know, it's just a guess. Your guess probably good as mine. Lucky that I grew up in a home that wanted me to shine. Lucky that I grew up around some mountains we were taught to climb. Without that inspiration, I don't think that this would be my life. Do this for my friends who've scattered all across the country now. I'm out in Sweden walking back through life so I can write it down. Make a living off the sound, so crazy to say out loud. I'm the biggest thing since Travis Rice to come up out the town. Sorry, gotta stunt a little. Used to have my dreams belittled, but it's all a part of it. I know people's minds are fickle, lines between reality and dreams I blur like faded nights. Come up been so good for me, I wish that I could make it twice.
I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean, no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters who made me one of the greatest. I know it kills you inside, that's why I do this for you.
Hey, yo, shout out to my pops, man. I do this for you. What up, everybody? Hey, sorry, I just jumped on at 5:49. I wasn't going to do a show tonight. I'm not ready to do one. I haven't looked at anything. I was just setting up while we were here. Obviously, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Give me a second. I got a lot of shit on my computer right now. I can't see the live chat. I'll get to you guys. I'm definitely banned from making money on YouTube. I can still do a live stream. I just can't make any money. Meaning you can't be members here. I can't get tipped. All of this is just me hanging out on the internet for free. And that's kind of counterproductive to my life and how I do things, right? I work really hard. Just saw somebody on TikTok say, Rico, you need to do your stuff for free and give out your picks for free and build your following and all this shit. Sorry, I was fixing my feet. No. No one should work in their life for free. That's slavery, bro. So I go on YouTube, and to be clear, I cannot make any money from YouTube, and neither can you. Like, if you gave them your money, they're going to hold it for 90 to 120 days. At least that's my understanding. And then they'll refund it. You'll eventually get that $25 back because they can't legally keep it. If you're on auto renew, it will be canceled. If you just paid, they don't care. But don't come talking to me. I didn't get any money. I got none of it. And I worked the whole month of October. And I feel some type of way about this because I worked 29 days in October. If they had issue with my content, I have posted 1,300 videos. If you have issue with my content, you should have told me at the beginning of the month after you paid me last month. So now I work a whole month for free and you won't pay me. And now you go and say, well, this is violation of terms of service. What's the violation? You're using videos. Here's what they said. I'm using videos that belong to someone else. I'm reusing content that I didn't create. What? I'm in the videos. It's my content. But you're reusing Rico Knows content from TikTok, and we got to stop that theft. Who called the cops? Who's complaining? I know I didn't. They took it from me. And some people don't know how to act. Like, some people are like, ridiculous. You know what? I know you guys are working for $4,000 a paycheck, for $6,000 a paycheck, grinding your 80-hour week for $10,000 a paycheck. Bro, this is $20,000. I'm not rich. This is a significant amount of money to me. I'm not, and I haven't talked to a single human being. That's the worst part about it. They haven't, not one phone call, not one individualized email. It's just automated message after automated message of you failed to meet our standards. You failed to do this. Oh, you didn't explain 1,300 videos. They give you a 5-minute limit to appeal. Your appeal is a 5-minute video. You have to tell them your URL, your page name, and then prove who you are. I held up my ID, said I'm Rico. Showed them the backdrop, said I make videos for Rico Knows. I'm Rico Knows on TikTok, showed them my channel. But the problem they have is my video editing software is TikTok. That's right. It's hard for them to believe that somebody with my level of following, somebody who gets 1 million views a day on TikTok, would just use his cell phone and just go, all right, that was good enough. I edit my videos with TikTok's editor. It's what I do. Oh, Rico, what about the graphics? Do you add graphics? Yup, I add graphics through TikTok's default graphic editor. It's what I do. I cut videos with TikTok. I am a master with TikTok, and I can make a video in 5 minutes. So when I make that video, I don't send it to CapCut. I don't send it to somebody else to edit it for me. I have no overhead. It is my cell phone and my ideas, my content. And I say, I'm going to post it on TikTok. Then I'm going to take that same video I just created, my property, and I'm going to post it on YouTube. And when I do that, cross-platform posting, it comes with a little watermark. And I didn't mind the watermark because all the watermark says is Rico Knows TikTok. It says go to this TikTok channel if you want to see this video, because that's where it was originally made. Well, how dare I use a video I originally made? And now that disqualifies me from not only ad revenue that they made off my videos. We're in a partnership. Where's my ad revenue? Where's that $4,000? And then they say, well, you can't monetize your page anymore, so now you have no more members. Oh, where's that $20,000? Did they get their money back? No. Will they? Supposedly. And now I got to go and ask you guys, hey, come join Patreon. At least they won't shut me down, theoretically. At least they won't take 20 grand from me and just hold it and go, where'd you make these videos at? So here's what I'm doing for Patreon. I'm making all my videos on OBS, so it looks like this. I'm making my videos like a damn live stream. There will be no rapid videos on Patreon. There will be no me talking, showing highlights of kids, giving them shine. All it will be is me talking like this with a background, because I can't have watermarks and I can't afford to post it anywhere else. So the private data will be on Patreon. Shout out to those of you who've already gone. I got 165 members on Patreon today. MVPs aren't playing. We had 1,500 MVPs. Imagine going 1,500 down to 165. Guys, that's 10%. I just lost 90% of my revenue. This ain't a game. I'm in the middle of packing up my house to rent it out to people. I'm moving out of my house because I have a new job. Because I need office space. I need to hire editors and attorneys and accountants. Almost buried myself. The first thing I did this morning before anything was call my realtor. First thing I did was call my realtor and say, hey, man, I apologize. Forget that I'm embarrassed. We can't go there, bruh. And now whatever revenue I make in November, you have to divide it by 2 because I didn't get paid in October. So I ask you guys, who could work a whole month and not get paid and not be pissed? All right, let me take you one further. How many of you guys live paycheck to paycheck? How many of you guys could handle all your bills without getting paid? Not only did I not get paid, I still have to handle all my bills. I got child support hitting tomorrow. Shout out to my baby mamas. This is too real, bro. I don't have credit cards. I don't live life like that. I got everybody pitching me ideas, solutions. I want you guys to know something. I'm an extremely calculated person. I'm extremely intellectual. I know how to succeed. But sometimes it's overwhelming when you get 1,000, 100,000 people asking you, Rico, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? So I had to push away a little bit today. I didn't go for a walk. I didn't go work out. I went to my bed and I laid down in my bed and just let time pass. That's real depression. Guys, I've been in the military over 20 years. I know depression. I'm on antidepressants all day. I'm just being real with you right now. The human in me hurts. Because I treat my MVPs so well. And to see them to see them lose their benefit, to see them lose access to the information. And I work so hard for them, and I don't expect tips. I don't expect money. I don't expect payouts from them. When they win, I'm so excited. And when they lose, I'm devastated. I bet my reputation. And the reason I don't expect anything from an MVP is because, well, I'm getting my paycheck. This is my job. I'm getting my money. Motherfucker. And some guy wrote on TikTok, he said, stop being a vagabond. Stop begging for money. Bro, I worked over 400 hours this month. I worked over 460 hours this month. You work an 80-hour week? Do the math on an 80-hour week. That's 320 hours. I've worked more than that. I'm not talking about a 40-hour week. I worked 7 days a week. And here we are. I'm hurting, bro. I am pretty down, guys. I'm going to try to do a show for you. Sorry for the rant. Shout out to everybody on Patreon. That's our page, Patreon. Go get the app. Go to the website. It's in the description. You go to Patreon. You join the page. You can't miss it. Rico knows. We're all here. Shout out to the people. There's the locks for week 10. It's a 10-minute long video. 20 locks. 20 leans. 20 games I cover. No prop bets just yet. We'll do prop bets. There'll be a video there tomorrow for MVPs. Prop bets for the game starting Tuesday. Can't believe this crap. I'm going to like it, Italian Stallion. Thank you for being here. I'm here. Shout out to Steph. Steph's been here for 10 minutes. That's a brand new MVP. She just won over $100 this weekend. I hope this one doesn't get shut down. I'm with you. Let's do this. I can't believe you guys. I'm here. Everybody's here. We still need 1,500 people, bro. We still need our 1,000 people. I need you guys to talk to friends. Talk to family. We need to build this empire from the ground up. All right, we'll address it every time. We'll remind the world that there's shit here. But let me do this for you guys. So I'm going to live stream on YouTube the way we are now. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to be an MVP, you got to go to Patreon. I don't get paid for these live streams anymore. I don't get any commercial revenue, ad revenue. It sucks. It hurts my soul. But it is what it is. The reality is my content on TikTok will get a lot better because I can focus on it more. But I'm still hooking up my MVPs. You guys still drive me. And think about this. I didn't get paid today, or I wasn't going to make any money today, and I didn't give a shit, bro. I still said I'm going to go make 20 locks for these MVPs. I did. Because I can't sit here and say, join my page if I don't have anything for you. I need a product. So I had to, with all this shit running in my mind, I had to sit down, go look at FanDuel, and grind through every game and come up with solutions with a level head and a clear mind and still create a 10-minute video. That's not easy to do that, man. Not when you just lost $20,000 and you just worked a whole month and you didn't get paid. It pisses me off just saying it. The hell with the trolls. We don't even address the trolls. We're not talking about the kids. We're talking about real grown shit here. You guys got jobs. You guys got jobs. You know what it's like. I remember being a kid. My father was a construction worker. And he worked for this guy. His name was Dale. And Dale owned his own construction company. He was a small construction. He might have had 3 or 4 employees. And Dale was a contractor. And he would get these jobs, and he would pay my dad like $20 an hour to be a construction worker. And Dad would get these checks, and we would go to this bank. It was like a portable bank. It was behind the high school, Indio High School, where I'm from. It doesn't exist anymore. I just remember this bank was like a portable, or it was some type of bank, but it was like next to the Sizzler. It was on this other side. It wasn't the B of A, the Bank of America, where my father went our whole lives. I'm talking about some other bank he had to go to. It was a Friday, man. And this shit hurts me till this day. I think about it. My father worked that whole week, and when we went to cash his check at that bank, they said insufficient funds on the check. His employer didn't pay him. And we needed that money that day, or we weren't going to have food. I still don't remember what we ate that weekend, but come Monday, my dad got paid. But we went the whole weekend because we didn't have cell phones back then. We didn't know how to get a hold of his boss. We didn't know how to get the money. And I might have been 7 or 8 years old. And I remember the pain, the despair that I felt. Some shit I don't let go, bro. I thought about that today. I thought about the days my father would go to an ATM. I remember we would have these, we played football at a fancy school our last 2 years of high school, my twin brother and I, and they all wanted to go to Red Robin for a team lunch. And all the kids go to Red Robin for the pregame meal. We don't have money like that. We don't go to Red Robin. What are you talking about? If we're not getting a 99-cent Famous Star, we're not getting shit. We got to go to Carl's Jr. for the 99-cent Famous Star, or go to McDonald's for a 25-cent hamburger, 35-cent cheeseburger Tuesdays and Thursdays. What are you talking about? But all these rich kids want to go to Red Robin. I remember before the game, we had to wear like our jerseys or a tie, something, game day. Pops drives to the bank, and he goes up and he hits that ATM and he tries to pull out $20. And it says insufficient funds. We couldn't even get $20 out. Dad couldn't even get us. And he would drop us off at school 2 hours before school started. Because that's when he could drop us off before he goes to construction work at 6 in the morning. So we're just sitting there at 6 in the morning at school. on a lunch table where these poor little Mexican kids sitting there, and all the rich white kids come driving in their Acura Integras and their Honda Accords, their Honda Civics, and their Lexus and Mercedes and their Mustangs and their Jeep Wranglers. And we're getting dropped off 2 hours before any of them ever get there. We didn't have money for the pregame meal. And I still remember that insufficient funds. It's days like that I think about it today. I think about those days, man. Keep it in perspective, yo. Let's talk football. I'm looking at results from this past weekend. Shout out. Today's a ACC day. Keep all your questions. ACC, Independent, Notre Dame, Army, UMass, UConn. And then we're going to talk Conference USA. Sorry. Let's go over results first. So, firstly, Notre Dame beat the brakes off of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh looked terrible. Losing by 50, there's no excuse for it. Is Notre Dame that good? Probably. Is Pitt that bad? Probably. So, that's pretty bad. UMass at Army. UMass wins the game. Army's having a terrible year. Army's going to win 2 games this year, potentially. Their running back's playing well, but look at that. They gave up 234 yards rushing. Lynch Adams broke. I think he broke on the first play of the game, really early in the first series for sure. And UMass goes out there and puts up 21 on Army. But remember, Army still put up 14 points on a terrible UMass team. And the fact that they allowed 21, we're going to talk about it here on the next tab, but Army's playing Air Force this week. I think Air Force can run all over Army. I think Army doesn't match up well. And they're going to tell you it's a rivalry game, just like it was with the Navy game. I don't know, man. Army looks a lot worse than Navy. Army looks bad. They have 2 wins this season. They're excited to be joining the American Conference next year, but my goodness. Ugh. UConn and Boston College. Boston College finally wins. They beat their rival. Remember, last year, UConn won 13-3. This time, Boston College wins 21-14. They didn't cover the spread. It didn't look good. I was very disappointed because I had Boston College covering this spread, so it was a miss on my part. But congratulations to them for winning. So there's your Independence results. The schedule for this week on Independence is going to be Notre Dame at Clemson. Is that this week coming up? Yeah, the 4th. Notre Dame at Clemson looks like a good game. I think this is an MVP lock. Let me double check, guys. I apologize. I don't have my locks up right now, and I didn't memorize them all today. I'm not as locked in as I can be. Yeah, so this is a lock for me. I don't really want to go into detail. I can just tell you that Notre Dame is 2.5-point favorites on the road. Makes sense, and I'll leave it at that. UConn at Tennessee. What a tough game for Tennessee, man. They're going to move up in the rankings after beating UConn. Big deal. I don't know what the spread is. It's got to be huge because this did not make my lock list. But UConn at Tennessee. UConn is not prepared to play this game, and Tennessee should win by 40. Army at Air Force, like I just talked about. I think Air Force can put up some numbers on Army. Army's looking hapless. Air Force will win that game. And then Merrimack at UMass. UMass will win again, so that'll be a 2-game winning streak for UMass. They're going to beat Merrimack, no problem. There you go on that. Moving over to Conference USA. Let's look at results. Conference USA, they've been playing on Tuesday and Wednesday. They're actually going back to Saturday games coming up, so because the MAC action's taken over for Tuesdays. But anyways, New Mexico State at La Tech, we saw that game. We bet on it. We believed in it. New Mexico State won. They were underdogs. They pulled it out. It wasn't pretty, though. It didn't look as good as we should have, and it looked problematic for me. La Tech looked faster than New Mexico State. They had more team speed. Okay, then we have Liberty at Western Kentucky. Never in doubt, Liberty's a complete team. Probably should be closer in the rankings, and they're not being ranked. They have a great running attack. Caden Salt is a hell of a dual-threat quarterback, and Cooley's just moving the chains. Their defense is underrated. Western Kentucky, 29 points in a loss. Still disappointing. Malachi didn't get what he needed. Corley, the star receiver, and Austin Reed threw for the most quiet 365 yards I've ever seen in my life. And you got Jacksonville State at FIU. Knew this was going to happen. Straight domination. FIU has no offensive line, quarterback play, or anything else. They did bring in Grayson James. He threw for 200 yards. Tried to bring him in a comeback. That was a little scary. But Jacksonville State, Zion Webb is him, and they did their thing. UTEP at Sam Houston. We hate Sam Houston. They don't want to win any games. We don't want them to win any games. We still took them. I took the under in this game, and then UTEP decided to score all over Sam Houston. UTEP's got real running backs. I like all of them. Shout out to Deion Hankins. Shout out to the Burgess, the speed back. Just everything UTEP's doing looks nice. They do have a terrible quarterback. Cade McConnell's a bad quarterback. Don't get it twisted. So their matchups this week. Jacksonville State, yeah, they got to go up against South Carolina. We're going to find out how good that defensive line is. I think Jacksonville State's defensive line is competitive with South Carolina's offensive line. South Carolina's offensive line is gross. So I don't know what the spread is for this game. We could check. We should look into it. I'm sorry I'm not focused like that. But I feel like Jacksonville State is going to have a decent defensive performance against South Carolina. South Carolina's not going to walk all over these dudes. They can play. They don't match up well with some of the receivers, but their defensive line is stout, and their running attack is decent. I expect a tough game here. And I know everybody thinks South Carolina's going to beat them by 40 or something. I couldn't see South Carolina beating them by 20. Somebody check that spread. Kennesaw State at Sam Houston. Haven't seen a spread for this. It feels like two FCS teams playing each other. I'll have to double-check what Kennesaw is doing this year. I could pull it up right now. And I'll need to look at their triple option that they just got rid of. But, yeah, they're losing bad. They've been losing games all season. I'll look into it, but it doesn't look good. I can tell you that right now. They're probably going to get the brakes beat off of them by Sam Houston. But who can bet on Sam Houston? I can if the spread is right. La Tech at Liberty. I really like Liberty in this game. Liberty can punch them in the mouth. Middle Tennessee State at New Mexico State. I am always going to be a believer in Diego Paiva as a quarterback, but Middle Tennessee's not a scrub. Not in this game. They match up well. UTEP at Western Kentucky. UTEP's got those offensive weapons, but no quarterback. Western Kentucky has those weapons and a quarterback. So you know how I feel about that game. Can't go into detail on some of these games. I'm leaving them alone because they are on the MVP list. I want to be clear. Western Kentucky on the MVP list. And the reason these games get on the MVP list is we know these teams really well. We've seen them play every single week during the week. So to see them on a Saturday, it's like we feel like we know all these teams. We know all their personnel, all their matchups, and we know who can beat who, right? So you're like, oh, yeah, money line, Liberty all day. And then you don't know about the rest. But that one feels really good. Anyways, matchups look interesting. Hope you're excited for them. Now the ACC. Let's look at the results real quick. Syracuse getting blown out by Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech really impressed me this game. They were clicking on all cylinders, and Syracuse looks bad. Wake Forest keeping up with Florida State initially. When I say keeping up, they were covering the spread, and then Florida State pulled away late at the end. But I'm still really impressed with Wake Forest to even get 16 up on Florida State. Okay, Ash, we hear you. Pittsburgh, like I said, terrible against Notre Dame. North Carolina at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is the most inconsistent, wildest team you've ever seen. They can score a ton. They got great quarterback play. Everything about Georgia Tech's likable, and they beat North Carolina. 2 losses back-to-back by North Carolina. They should no longer be ranked. They still are. That is absurd. This is not a ranked team this week, and they're still 24th or 25th in the coaches' poll. I don't know what they are in the AP poll. What are they in the AP poll? Oh, they're not ranked in the AP poll. Okay, perfect. Good. They don't deserve it. And Georgia Tech, great, good on you. Duke looked hapless, and now I'm starting to realize Duke is not them. Duke losing to Louisville and never scored. Duke's defense is still good enough to hold a great Louisville team to 23, but your offense can't score. You got no playmakers. You got nothing. Calhoun's not getting open. He's your fastest guy. I don't like Duke's offense. UConn at Boston College, already talked about it. Clemson at North Carolina State. I told every MVP in the world. Believe in North Carolina State. I like their defense. They're going to be stout and tough. And guys are like, what are you talking about, Rico? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. They're good. Don't get it twisted. NC State's defense is stout. I love it. Good run defense. And if you're forcing somebody to pass, you don't want Clemson to pass. They can't do it. Virginia at Miami. I told everyone Virginia is better than we think. They're going to cover that 17-point spread. They took that shit to overtime. I wish they would have won. Throwing a pick six is a problem. They threw it one too many times. Kitchens ran one back for a touchdown. Tony Muskett threw a pick six. It's the only reason they really lost is because of that secondary for Miami. They're bound to get an interception if you throw around them. Anyways, let's look at the matchups this week. This week, we got Wake Forest at Duke. I already made a video on this. It's up on TikTok. It is only going to be on TikTok, not on YouTube. And if you watch it, Wake Forest, I believe in Wake Forest in this game because Duke's offense sucks. because Wake Forest can put up 14. So I think the under's in play, and I think that Duke's going to win, but they won't cover the spread. I've given up on Duke being the dominant team at this point. Boston College at Syracuse. That is an MVP level lock. Can't talk about it. Notre Dame, Clemson, lock. Won't talk about it. The Fighting Camels are playing North Carolina. What a tough game. No, Campbell is real, bro. The Fighting Camels of Campbell is real. They're not going to win this game, but I still like this team. I'm interested to see how they look. Georgia Tech and Virginia, that's an MVP level lock. Florida State, Pittsburgh, MVP level lock. Virginia Tech, Louisville. I don't think it's on the MVP list at all. Let me double check. It's crazy. I got all the ACC teams on here. Yeah, they're not here. Here's what I'm going to say. Louisville's a hell of a team. I'm really impressed with Virginia Tech. I think they're turning over a new leaf. Now, a lot of Virginia Tech's star power comes from Byshal Tutton, Kyron Drones, Jalen Lane at wide receiver. Who's the tall kid? Who's the tall kid who went ham? Daquan Felton, transfer from Norfolk. So, for me, Virginia Tech's defense is going to be the problem, trying to stop that Louisville offense. I like Louisville to win the game, remain undefeated, or remain with one loss and be the second-best team in the ACC. Miami at NC State. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Good God. I got to be careful. This has to be on the list. Did I not put this on the list? I'm going to make a video on this. Guys, I think NC State can win this game. I think NC State can win this game. Miami's quarterback's got problems. We got injuries. Nobody's quite good enough, and NC State's defense is good. And as MJ Moore starts hitting his stride, I think NC State's going to win this game. Get at me. All right, I'm going to move to the chat. Answer your guys' questions. Let me leave that up just in case I got to pull reference to it. Remember, ACC-oriented questions, Conference USA, Independence, or you can talk about the channel, all the shit I'm dealing with. Shout out to everybody who's here, everybody who's watching. Just a reminder, MVP data. MVP data is on Patreon now. You got to go to Patreon, search Rico Knows, join the family, join the team. All the locks for the week, 20 locks. Go join it. Support the channel. That's how we make a living around here. Flip Collins says, I'm looking for you on Patreon. There you go. Appreciate you, Flip. Flip is a hell of an MVP. See him around all the time. He does hit casinos, does bet Korean baseball, does a bunch of other things I wouldn't recommend, but there he goes. The hardest thing, or the thing I'm most bummed about right now when I look at the chat, is I don't see any green names. I don't see my members. I want to give you guys shout-outs, call-outs, and praise you for who you are, and I can't do that because you're not there. Sucks. What up? Glad you're back. Hopefully your week gets better. Dom, I am not back. I'm just doing live streams on YouTube to get the word out that we're on Patreon. But I'm not back. I'm not up and running. YouTube's not paying me. We're here. This is a dead app. I'm driving a car with no gas right now. Interesting segment on the herd today. Colin Cowherd says Dabo Swinney has let the game pass him by, and he will be out at Clemson at the end of the year. So Mike Schmidt is a troll on the channel. If you guys don't know, Mike Schmidt's making this up. Mike Schmidt is making this up. Dabo was not on Colin Cowherd, and Dabo will not be out by the end of the year. He signed the most lucrative coaching deal in 2021. Somebody Google it. $110 million. It's the highest deal of any coach in America. Yeah, they don't have the buyout for it, and he's not losing to the extent that would get you fired. He's just got to figure his team out and find himself a real quarterback, real coordinators. You can't hire that offensive coordinator. You can't hire Garrett Riley, just because he's the brother of somebody you once heard of. I told everybody that hire is shit. That hire is terrible, and nobody listened to me. Oh, I'm excited for the hire, Rico. I'm going to pick them to win a national title. No, you're not. He sucks, and I like Duke in the first game of the season. Remember that? I said it all summer because I knew who their offensive coordinator was. What up, Don Player? You got nice eyes, bro. That's an inside joke. F YouTube. Thank you, Vlad. F YouTube is right, all caps. Rico, you're goated for finding a new platform for us within the day. Let's get this money this week, y'all. You know, Bobby Albright, I want to tell you, sometimes we underestimate how fast we can react and recover when things go wrong. Right? You think it's going to all fall apart. You think it's not going to work out, and it does work out if you just sit down and really focus. And it did take me some time to sign up. You got to know. You got to do a bunch of tax information. You got to do a bunch of vetting before you're allowed to be a creator on another app. You got to fill out all this shit and make a new profile and do this and do that. It takes time, and I put in the effort today. I'm not proud of it. It really hurt my mind and my psyche, but I did it. And yes, it's because I wanted to help all the MVPs and get them the right platform. And I got to eat, bro. You got to work. You want to work. You want to make it in this world? You got to eat. You got to work hard. So I appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for believing in me. Let's move this over to the P. I'm paid. Word. Shout out to you, Flip Collins. New Mexico State Aggies, -3. Thoughts against Middle Tennessee is so underwhelming. So, Dom, careful. Middle Tennessee does have a good passing attack that can beat New Mexico State's defensive backs. But that's an MVP-level lock, and I won't go into much more detail than that. I do like the matchup. It does sound intriguing to me. You planning on keeping the live shows on here now that you are not eligible for monetization? Bobby Albright, it's my quickest solution to make sure I can drive people over to Patreon. It also gets the most views on me. I'd imagine I have 52 people in here right now, another 52 watching on TikTok, so over 100 people watching. I can push people to Patreon every night. That'd probably be better off than me starting on Kick or Twitch as of now. Maybe next offseason we can work a deal out. Maybe we'll hit the reset button after the national championship, and I'll move everything over to Twitch or Kick or whatever. We'll figure that out as we go, right? We found solutions in the interim. We found interim solutions. Let's rock with them. We got an interim head coach right now. You planning on keeping it? Yup. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing. You done with YouTube now? I'm done with posting YouTube videos until they start paying me. They said they'll start paying me in 90 days if I reapply and I pass the application process. Well, let's do that. So if you guys don't know, I deleted 1,300 videos on my YouTube channel today. Any video I ever made using the TikTok video editor, I did it. I deleted all my hard work. You don't even want to know how much time it takes to take a video from TikTok, move it to YouTube, load it in, then type in the title, put in all the hashtags, edit and cut it, click it for monetization, hit load, then add it to a playlist, then go to the video on your desktop, get it out of your phone, go to your desktop, pull it up on the content sheet, mark it for monetization, rate it, which means you're giving it a rating. All these clicks and all this stuff takes time away from creating more content and making more money, right? So I have to do all that per video. Never mind the fact that I had to make the video on TikTok first, do all the editing cuts and graphics and everything, post it over there. It takes a while for it to load there, then load over here, and then I'm replying to every comment that I can to interact with the followers. And every night when I go to bed, I get on YouTube and I'm laying in bed and I'm replying to all the followers as much as I can on YouTube. Because I got to be in two places at once. I got to reply to everybody to make everybody feel like they're a part of the channel and the show. The amount of time I've put into my YouTube is unfathomable. Since June, you can't even imagine. My YouTube has taken up much more time to build and grow than my TikTok. TikTok, I can make a video in 3 minutes, post it, and I'm done. TikTok is literally 5 minutes of my time, I'm good. YouTube can take up to 30 minutes on some videos. 20 minutes. On average, 15 minutes. And when you're talking about posting 10 to 12 videos a day, or in my case, 1,300 videos that I've now erased, permanently deleted, it's unimaginable. There's nothing you can do. It would be like, excuse me, I feel like I need to sneeze. I needed to sneeze. It would be like building your house and then watching it burn down after you built it. I think that's an equivalent. If it took you 5 months to build it and you built it with your own two hands with nobody's help, that's probably what it is. You built your house, but somebody else burned it down. The person who said they would buy it from you after you built it. How about that? I understand totally, Rico. I'm pissed for you and all this hard work you put in. Yep. Well, doesn't pay my bills. Let's get off YouTube. Yeah. It's garbage. They think they can do whatever they want and take from creators. Just make videos on YouTube first. Make a new account. You live, you learn. YouTube has stupid-ass rules. Don't give up, homie. All right, Mr. Doodle. Let me explain. Making videos on YouTube first. That would mean I need to use a video editor, and I don't have any video editors as rapid as TikTok. Then I would need to use my webcam to do it and my computer, not my cell phone. and having my cell phone with me at any place in the world, like when I'm on vacation or when I'm driving or when I'm somewhere in a waiting room or at a restaurant, enables me to make revenue in the moment. I can't do that with YouTube. If I make the video in YouTube first, it needs to be in this structured format. I know plenty of people who post content on YouTube, and it takes them 2 days to get a video cut. I did an interview with this guy on Friday. The video, he got it up on Sunday. That's the fastest you can go. And a large portion of my channel is rapid response to current events. That's why I get so much play and so much push. Something goes wrong in the world of sports, I got 100,000 people running to TikTok saying, Rico, give us a take on this. Oh my God, did you just see this? Did you see this? I can't wait till the next day to post my video on Will Levis's debut. Doesn't work the same. This is why SportsCenter's dead. It's because Twitter is instantaneous. TikTok's instantaneous. If you have to wait the next morning to get your sports take, no one cares. We don't want to see First Take talk about something over the weekend. This is why college football doesn't get talked about on morning talk show radio. Talk show radios don't talk about college football on Monday. On Monday, they talk about the NFL results. They don't even have time to talk about college football. There's 60 games. They talk about 3. But if that show was that night, the very night, that morning, you would see all the takes from every game. You see so-and-so's 200-yard game? Where's Ollie Gordon all over the TV? He did over 200 yards back-to-back week. Where is he at all over the TV? He's not. He's not. You see Will Levis all over the TV. We can't afford to wait. That's what makes me great. I understand my niche, and I understand my worth and what I bring to the table, and it's instant reaction, instant response. Instant. You write a comment, I reply immediately. You don't have to wait 2-3 hours. I'm there as soon as you wrote it. That's the appeal and the effect I like to give my followers, and that's why I've grown the way I have. If I follow the advice of random people who aren't creators, I'll never succeed. You ever get physical fitness advice from somebody out of shape? Nope. Get financial advice from somebody poor or homeless? Nope. Parenting advice from somebody without kids? Nope. Marriage advice from somebody who's not married or ever been married? Mm-mm. So getting content creation advice from random people who don't create content, probably not the move. Just saying. Thank you, Mr. Doodle. Mike Schmidt says, YouTube did us MVPs dirty. They did me and you. Yep. I've seen you grow this page from the ground up since the summertime when there wasn't football. You told it was all I sold then. Yup, Don Play. In the off season, bro. YouTube editing sucks. That's why you use other editing software. YouTube editors are slow. They take forever. They really, really suck. Cross-platform and contamination. Yeah, it's all over Instagram. No one gives a shit. It's a cesspool. Look what they do here, though. Chat jumped on me. Give me a second, y'all. YouTube a scam. Got it. Mike Schmidt, tell me about it. I only had it for a week. I'm on Patreon. Shout out to Steph. Welcome to the team. YouTube is the best bet if you want to make revenue. Create a new YouTube channel and make sure your videos are posted on your YouTube first. I went through that. You're going through it now, man. Sucks. Mr. Doodle, thank you very much. I don't agree. They just took all my money. I don't agree. I'm on Patreon. Word. Shout out to you, Derek Newcomer. I think the best avenue to create money is OnlyFans and Patreon, because you are paying for a service and they aren't involved in what the service is. Are you paying for a service? Cool. They want their money, you make your service. And that's that. All MVPs run to Patreon fast, please. I was one of the first MVPs. I'm devastated to see this happen. Mike Schmidt has never been an MVP. I thought you were going to talk sports. I am. I just talked about all the teams. It's an intro, man. Feeling for you, Rico. I'm a real person, OL. I'm a real person. You thought I was going to talk sports? Y'all want to see a live show every day? I got real life. I got real emotions, real feelings, man. Work my ass off. You ain't seen nobody grind harder than me. Who put out 1,300 videos in the last 5 months. Name one motherfucker putting out 10 videos a day. That's work. Stephanie, you know it. Hopefully everything happens for a reason, Rico. I know missing out on that money hurts, but you'll come back stronger. We always going to support you, brother. Yeah. Stuff like this happens before the blessings. I don't even believe in blessings, bro. Just subscribe to the Patreon. We ride until. Thank you, John Franklin. I appreciate you. What up, JP? Keep your head up top. I know this is tough, but there's something I live by. You've got what it takes, but it's got to take everything you've got. Remember that, my guy. Word. The wheels fall off. Yeah. You ride it till the wheels fall off. No, that's messed up for real. You worked a lot this month. A lot. I understand totally, Rico. You can't mess with somebody's livelihood. Yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like the person who sent me the email. Let me tell you guys something. The person who sent me the email just took $20,000 from me. Whoever that was, the nerd, I don't know who it is, but they took $20,000 from me. And the first thing I thought was, you couldn't do that to me in the street. You couldn't do that to me in person. But you get to do it behind the guise of, oh, this is just work. That makes me mad. Because I worked. I was sick when I saw your page was demonetized today. It's the truth. The treatment you give MVPs is second to none. And that's why we keep rocking with you. Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. 18th Airborne here, brother. I appreciate you. You got my 6. And not because I won 9 units this weekend. Shout out to Dale Moultrie. He won 9 units this weekend. I can get you contact info for creator experience at YouTube Corporate. Long Tom, send me a DM on TikTok and let's go. The true MVPs know that none of this is your fault and we will follow wherever you go. Appreciate you, Rico. We here for the long haul. Army is so bad. Can't believe they lost to UMass of all teams. Air Force winning big, right? I believe so, Dom. I believe so. Air Force is much better than Army, and Navy's better than Army. I thought my MVP subscription didn't go through this month. I was having a fit. Damn, Robert Miller. Well, you better have a bigger fit. Appreciate you, Rico. Word. We appreciate you. Robert Miller, same. Honestly, Rico, I hate when I run into your videos of you replying to haters. Don't worry about that, man. I feel you, Miguel Murillo. I'm trying. Sizzler. Do they still have a Sizzler? I don't know. I haven't been over there in 20 years. Really lost my green name and the 1-month badge. This don't feel right. Exactly. May God bless you and everyone on here. Both parents were teachers and went through the same crap, Rico. It's real. We're just out here trying to make things better for those around us. Respect. Where is that Cash App link you have here on YouTube? I'm looking all over. I don't have it on YouTube. It's on TikTok, Rob Gibbons. The Cash App is a $, right? It starts with a $. $, and then it's Who Dat Kimmy. That's the Cash App. Give me a second here. I got to try to post it. I hate posting. I'm not out here asking for anything. You guys are asking for it, so I'm sharing it. It is what it is. It is what a lot of MVPs feel like I should get paid for October, so they're giving me my $25. They'll get it back from YouTube. That's good shit in life, Rico. Know this. Yep. Sorry, Ash is chewing on her toy. It's Who Dat Kimmy. There you go. Steph knows. What up, Rico? Just subscribe to Patreon. What up, TJ? They can't stop this movement. Keep grinding. I see you. I've seen Army offense. Hell no. Is UMass ran all over them? What you think Air Force is going to do? I see Army putting up 7, if that. It's a typo. There you go. Shout out to messages being retracted. Thank you, Steph. I just dropped a unit to Rico and Kim. If you guys can do a unit to him, that would help a bit. It will help us get through the month. Jacksonville State. Let me tell you guys something. Kim went home this week. She's not here right now. Kim went home to visit her mom and her son for the week. But unfortunately, we got to cut that short. She's got to get back over here and get back to work because we can't afford it. And that's the reality of the situation. Jacksonville State D might have over 3 sacks. I think they're going to have like 5 or 6, Dom. 5 or 6 sacks. I'm about to move on. Syracuse quit on their head coach. He will be fired this year. I agree, Don Player. NC State and Miami total under 45.5. I see it being a low-scoring game. So do I, Dom. So do I. Most definitely. I'm locked in. Let's go. Thank you. Caleb Mathis says, yo, what up, Caleb? Is that the real Caleb? I can't tell anymore because I don't have my stuff figured out. That is Caleb. What up, Caleb? Just got shut down on TikTok. I mean on YouTube. But thank you for being here, man. We had to move MVPs over to Patreon. Shout out to Caleb. If you guys didn't see, Caleb Mathis had 3 receptions in a row in the game against UCLA. Finally got in the game. Finally did his thing like I told you he would. Don't care how many superstars Colorado has. Caleb Mathis is one of the best players on that team. He's one of the best receivers I've seen that nobody gets any love for. He's still a little guy. Still got to keep lifting. Still got to keep grinding. But can you imagine in 3 years how good Caleb's going to be if he just keeps grinding like this every single year? Shout out to Caleb Mathis for being in the house. Shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes for being here. People think we don't got pull, don't got play. Well, we got players up in here. Shout out to you, Caleb. Do your thing. Hey, and I hear everybody at practice chanting, if your friends don't know, Rico knows every time you catch a touchdown, bro. So that's pretty cool. Keep doing your thing. Tyler Blount says, I'm in here, Rico. What up, Tyler? I appreciate you. I'll do Patreon, but I can't do TikTok. Shout out to High Rider. Well, TikTok is where all my videos are. All my videos are my hidden gems, my high school film reviews. All my videos are on TikTok, and they're great. I love them. Caleb Mathis, go Buffs. There you go, Evan G. Looks like I need to renew my monthly service. There you go, Tyler. Manny says, so I just subscribed to MVP channel. Do I pay $25 again on Patreon? Unfortunately, Manny, you do. You'll get your money back from YouTube eventually at some point, or I'll get my money. But at this rate, the Patreon has nothing to do with YouTube, and I personally have nothing to do with either one of them as far as payments go. That's what they charge. You pay it, you get the videos. Where will you be doing your MVP live streams on Saturday mornings now? Cody Grimes, I think I'm so torn. I think I'm going to do a Discord. And I think I'm going to do a Discord server. Oh, no, that probably doesn't work. I got to find a solution, man. I don't think I'll do a live stream. I think I'll just do a video and post it on Patreon for all the MVPs. My final breakdown of all the games. I don't think I'll do a live stream, Cody. I think we're going to have to suspend MVP live streams until after the season, until YouTube reinstates me. There's no other way for me to do it unless I move over to another platform like Twitch or Kick. Great question. As of right now, I'm thinking about doing MVP live streams. I can't do it. I don't have any memberships. I just got to make it a video and give you guys the picks. Sorry about that. Rico, I just purchased your Patreon. Thank you, Miguel. David in Arizona says, good afternoon, Rico. Are you going to move to Rumble or something? So I'm not probably going to do Rumble. I only need it for 3 months. I'm probably going to do Kick. How do I purchase your Patreon? Rico MVP here. How do I get to Patreon? You get the app, Tyler. There's an app or a website. Either way. Go get the Patreon app or website. Make a profile. Search Rico Knows. It's very easy. Everybody's been able to do it today. This one is not difficult. It's not the join button's not missing or nothing like that. You just go to Patreon. It's an app. It's in the App Store. If you don't have an App Store, you got something. What is it? App Store or what else? I don't remember. Marketplace or something. I don't know. Just joined Patreon and became an MVP. Thank you for getting my 6, man. I appreciate you. Eddie O level interim. That's pain deleting all them videos. Caleb, it's pain not getting your $20,000 from working. But it is pain deleting your hard work. Like your hard work getting erased forever. That sucks. That sucks. Because they were so much easier to find on YouTube than they were on TikTok. They're almost, I got to do a lot of hashtag searches to find them on TikTok. Hey, yo, we got the GOAT, Caleb Mathis, in here. Yes, we do, Evan Kramer. MVP, 18th Airborne. There we go. Retired. Started watching from the beginning, and I just downloaded Patreon and can't believe YouTube did this. Port City cards, neither can I. I'm heartbroken. Okay, switching to Patreon, MVP here. Thanks for the insight of the games. Helps a lot. I'm up thanks to you. You got it, Tavares Williams. Even though I'm not saying which games are locks and which ones aren't locks, every single game day, you guys will have a new MVP video up, no matter what, talking about the games and the props starting tomorrow. I like NC State. Drop a YouTube diss track. Rico, I'm back, baby. MVP. Shout out to you, Tyler. How come I'm not a color? I'm an MVP. Just subscribe to Patreon. Because it has nothing to do with YouTube. You're an MVP. It has nothing to do with YouTube. Instagram video editor is very similar to TikTok, and you can save it without the watermark before posting it on Instagram. Yup, Steph, the only difference is for Instagram Reels, they got to be 90 seconds. And a lot of my videos aren't 90 seconds. A lot of my videos are longer. And I got to keep all my videos under 90 seconds if they want to go on Instagram to be a reel. So there's a difficult situation right there. Is it the TikTok watermark that's causing them to think you're stealing someone else's videos? Yes, it is. J-Key. Yes, it is. Rico, help me get my color back. You can't. Imagine being the loser who reported enough videos to flag that in YouTube system. They said they did it on their own review. Manual review of my channel has shown that the majority of my income is coming from reused content. You're not getting your color back. Correct. I made it to Patreon, bro. Shout out to you, Edward Fowler. Thank you so much. Being an MVP on Patreon won't translate to the YouTube stream. Exactly. Great. Now we're all the same color as Mike. Thanks to you, too. Shout out to Brian. I used to be green, and now I'm an MVP on Patreon, too. Congratulations, Tyler. It has nothing to do with YouTube. OnlyFans. I'm letting you know. Caleb, I was happy to see you get a few grabs last game. Hell yes. The man was open. They were hitting him. They were hitting him. Tyler, if you buy MVP on Patreon, why would it turn green on YouTube? You got to think. How about Sam Howell, Rico? Hey, I didn't watch any NFL games yesterday. I was busy working. I do appreciate Sam Howell. I hope he played well. Good for him. I'm impressed. VideoPad is an outstanding video editor. You can post to all social media at once. VideoPad. I'll look into it. At this point, I got to look into shit and take my time. I'm also going to buy a new microphone. I'm serious. Listen here, Mike. I was an MVP before YouTube took his hard work away, and I'm an MVP still. I just learned why the color is no more. Who dat Kimmy? There you go, guys. No need to play tough. I'm not the one you want to mess with. Here we go. Mike's going to call somebody out again. Riding with Rico. Thank you, Darnell McGahee. I appreciate you, man. Tyler Bullitt says, I'm not messing with you or playing tough. You're the one that started. Okay, you guys argue somewhere else. Damn, our green highlights are gone. Me too. What the interesting segment on the herd today. Yeah, we know. Florida State needs to move off Norvell for Coach Prime as soon as possible. I don't agree. Norvell's doing a great job, and he's utilized the transfer portal to address his team needs very well. He's good. How does University of Arizona not make the top 25? Travis Hickey, they do have a loss to Mississippi State, but obviously that was before the quarterback change. I believe Arizona's a top 25 team. Noah Fafita and the boys. But this is also not an ACC team, Conference USA team, or independent team. So that is a conversation for Friday. Sorry about that. Will the Twitch be the same name? Yes, I already have everything saved, Darnell McGahee. Rico knows is I went and created on every platform. For sure. I am here. Guess I'm joining Patreon. Shout out to you, Slade. I had just subscribed on YouTube. You'll get your money back someday. They said 90 to 120 days. And if you don't get your money back, that means I got reinstated, and now I owe you a month of effort. They won't rebill you for another month. You like U of A to cover at home to Georgia Tech, or is that an MVP lock? The game is an MVP lock, and it doesn't have anything to do with the spread. But go look it up if you're an MVP. Shout out to you, Derek. Derek, you should be an MVP. I know you were one. I hope to see you again on Patreon. Let's go. Link Discord with your Patreon membership and make a channel that is tied to your Patreon membership. That's what I'm going to try to do, Darnell. I haven't set it up yet, but I plan to. I just got to make sure it's not my free membership. It's my MVP membership. You should look into Vimeo. You can have channel members and stuff, I believe, and private videos and live streams. I hear you, Evan Kramer. It'll be one of the many options. Thank you. How exciting in Dive is it to build and maintain a website? Rob Givens. I'm not a web developer by any means, and the one thing I don't want to have to do is waste cycles or energy or effort maintaining memberships, accountability permissions, payment options, repayments, refunds, all that shit. That's why you use third-party structured websites like YouTube or Patreon or Twitch or whoever. And the other thing is, like, the biggest hurdle is getting someone to put their credit card information on a third-party website. People trust YouTube, trust Patreon, OnlyFans. They know they're not going to get overcharged. They're not going to get ripped off. A third-party website, that's a new burden of trust that I have to, cross. And I don't know if I have that to a total stranger. Like, you guys know me and trust me, but a total stranger just discovering my page, they're not going to go with me. But they hear Patreon, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. But it's a little different when you have, go to RICOKNOWS.net and then do this, and use my promo code. Nope, it's not the same. It's reality. Damn, they didn't took our MVP live stream. I'm sick for real. Yeah, Bobby Albright, it sucks, man. But I'll do, Kick is the fastest growing platform. Yeah, I'll figure something out, guys. I'll do a video, and I'll go into detail as fast as possible, and hopefully it's not it wouldn't be a 2-hour long video, but I will be breaking down all the picks on Saturday, all the games for all the MVPs like usual. You just won't have a Q&A with me. But you can write in the comments. I encourage all MVPs on Patreon. Please be active. Write in the comments your questions, maybe some of your parlays. Communicate with your battle buddies and your teammates on Patreon in the comment section. Do it. They're private videos. No one else can read the comments. Not that I know of. I don't think other people can read your comments. So you should be able to go for it. I'm sick for real. Yep. They should have said how expensive it is to build and maintain a web page. Well, I don't know. I can just tell you that YouTube took 30% of my profits. And then 100%. In such a short period of time as an MVP, I can truly say I couldn't imagine my day without having access to your content. You never fail to bring a smile to my face, and your stories keep fighting on. Thank you, Edward Fowler. I want to do that for everybody, man. Could you imagine if the world knew about me? How famous we'd be? Yeah. Just need the world to know about me. If you go to OnlyFans, do we get toe picked? Nah, bruh. I've been in the Army I've been wearing combat boots for 20 years, bro. You don't see my damn toes? What the hell's wrong with you? Rico, if you need a link and some information on Patreon and Discord link, let me know. Darnell McGahee, I'm going to YouTube it. I'm going to figure it out. I do appreciate you. Send me a DM if you can on TikTok if you got it. Let me know. Rico, take the week off. These games are trash this week, plus you deserve it. Yeah, I want to do live streams because it really pushes our MVP numbers, Brian, and I need to grow my MVPs. As much as I want the week off, I need to grind and work harder. The games suck this week. They do. The weekday games are terrible, at least for a couple of them. Not all of them. If you go in here and you look, I'll say this. These games are terrible on Tuesday. I probably just care about the Toledo game. No, I like both of those games. I want to watch them. Wednesday, I'm skipping. I'm telling you right now, I'm skipping Wednesday. Thursday, I care about these games a lot. Friday, I don't miss football on Friday. So I'll just skip Wednesday. I'll take a day off, clear my mind. I wasn't able to do that today. I'll clear my mind. I'll take a day off Wednesday. My girl will be back home, I think. Kick it with her, go on a date or something. Maybe watch Catch Me If You Can because she's never seen it. Outrageous. But thank you, Brian. I appreciate you, man. CapCut is another one where you can save videos without watermarks. Yeah, it's slower to post my videos, man. I'm hoping that the Louisville that showed up against Pitt shows up against Virginia Tech. It's hilarious that Virginia Tech has a chance to make the ACC championship. It's real. SnapTick can remove the watermark on your TikTok videos. It's a moot point now, Drew Money. They already took all my money, man. They already told me no. It could solve everything moving forward, though. So I'll write it down. I'm just going to have a page where I do live streams and don't post any videos. How the hell am I supposed to get more subscribers when all I do is live streams on YouTube with no videos and don't make any money? Think about that. Wild. I've also thought about doing all my reaction videos like this, with this setup where I just pull the story up. Like, I've thought about doing this. Go to NFL and then just go to like their first headline and just come in here and go, all right, let me talk about Williams getting traded. So I pull it up like this and just say, Leonard Williams just got traded to the Seahawks for 2 picks. And I just talk about it like this. And I can post this on YouTube while I'm talking about it. The same way I give my takes, but I can use my OBS software and just post it like this for YouTube and just do a bunch of videos on YouTube like this. Problem is they took away my ad revenue. So I'll have to do that moving forward after we get back on monetization. I'm not posting videos if you're not monetizing me. If you're not paying me, I'm not doing it. Nah, not doing it, bro. I got 18,000 people in here subscribing. They're not leaving. They're subscribed. Just wait for another video to get dropped. A video will drop in January. But I'm bummed out. I'm bummed out. Let me get back over here. With the start of the season they had. Oh, it's funny because of the start of the season they had? Yeah. I have just seen some of the Cash App notices coming in. Thank you all very much. Shout out to Kim. I'm on Patreon. There you go, Derek. Oh, damn. I didn't even think about the trust with personal data and credit card data. Great point. Yeah, Rob. Everybody wants to run their own website. Nobody's going to go to your website, bro. Just joined on Patreon. Here we are, baby. There you go, Jackson. Thank you. Edward Fowler says, YouTube better stop playing with Rico's money and emotions. Darnell McGahee says, I am part of a number of Discord servers that have linked their membership on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Patreon. I have worked on some of them for people. Oh, snap. I need your help. Slade Calhoun says, I am now an MVP on Patreon. Let's win some money. Shout out to you. Good to see you, Juice. Juice is a former MVP. Had to switch over to Patreon for the love. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate Juice. He's at the live streams, he's at the watch parties, and he's making money. Juice is him, man. At Kim, how would you know I kid? It's Kim's Cash App. I'll be home tomorrow, Mr. Rico. I need to give out those Tootsie Pops anyways. Oh, you're driving home on Halloween. Drive safe. I have it like that. Word. Kim, please give the kids some real candy. Hey, we're going to make sure the kids come to the house. We're going to be sitting in that grassy area. We're going to sit on chairs outside. We ain't letting these kids come up to the house. And they didn't knock on my door last year. I had to eat all the candy myself. I sent it in a DM, but we appreciate what you do for us. I'm sure we would all love to help any way we can. Let's get some enjoyable games under the belt tomorrow and rebound for this weekend. I appreciate you, Salt and the SWAT, man. You guys don't know this. I don't have a lot of friends in real life, man. I'm a nomadic person because of the Army, right? You move every 3 or 4 years and you just make new sets of friends, and then you move again and you never see them again. That's the nature of being an adult in the Army. You don't have a hometown. You don't go back and visit home. You do initially, right? Like when you first join the Army, you go home and visit your family. You go back and hang out with all your friends from high school or whatever. But then after a while, you just don't, because home is where you get your mail. Like home is where you live. And as you move and move, you get a little desensitized to friendship, and you don't make friends with new people because you don't know who they are, and they're just a neighbor. They're temporary. You don't know how many coworkers I've had, hundreds of them, and you can just pick up and move and never see them again. So you got to pretend like you care about them in the moment, and then you don't. So I'm very detached from people in that regard, and I want to tell you guys that the MVPs, I spend so much time with you guys on live streams. I feel like I know you guys. We hang out. We talk on live streams all day. We send videos back and forth. I got dudes sending me DMs on TikTok constantly, sending me videos just to laugh at. This is my social structure. These are my friends. You can ask Kim. Kim's the only adult I talk to on a regular basis. Kim is the person I go hang out with, and we go somewhere and do something. But outside of that, you guys are who I interact with. That's real. So to lose everybody in an instant really sucks, because the culture with the MVPs is so positive in contrast to TikTok. where all the troll kids are, the teenagers, just constantly spamming. Over here, we have adults who are using real revenue. And we have a real relationship and a real interaction. And I'm doing everything I can to help you guys. It's to the point where people say stuff like, hey, Rico, we're riding with you no matter what. Oh, hey, Rico, we missed this week, but we missed together. I can remember one night we were missing. We had like 3 misses in a row. And we just sat there and just laughed and just took it to the face. And somebody wrote, hey, Rico, I'm glad you're still on live, bro. We're losing, and we're losing bad, but you're still right here with us. You didn't sign out and run away from it. You just faced it. And I like that camaraderie and that mindset and that approach, man. I appreciate you guys to the fullest. So, to me, you guys are some of my closest friends. Real talk. So, thank you, Salt and the SWAT. I just found you Saturday. Great stuff, man. Oh, Grady Hair. Thank you. I hope you see my TikToks because I don't have any YouTubes. Just moved over. Can't wait to see what the future holds now. LeBron James or Kendrick Perkins? LeBron James over Jordan. I love you, Rico. Thank you, Miguel Murillo. You tell me that all the time, and Kim laughs about it. Nah, Rico going to be watching Toledo. I probably am. I am Bucky. Okay. Shout out. Nice to meet you, Bucky. Darnell McGahee says, the links I sent you on TikTok should get you started with the link in Discord and Patreon. Thank you so much, Darnell. Rico sends me card tricks on TikTok. I do. I remember that. We got whooped. And that FIU beat. There it is, Juice. Hey, Juice says we got whooped because we were all together on that one with nowhere to go. Just looking at it like, how did this happen, bruh? It was like a backup quarterback issue. Somebody started a backup quarterback and beat the shit out of us. And we were just like, what just happened? Was it Zion Webb came in? Yeah, it was Zion Webb came in, and we just like, this dude just rushed for 100 yards. It was a jolt for me this morning when I got the message saying my account was paused, but they can't keep a good man down. Yeah. It was more than a jolt for me, man. It hurts my soul. Look, I don't get emotional about things, but damn, I wanted to cry, bro. I lost 20 grand. I wanted to cry. I was just looking around like I ain't got nobody to help me with this. Kim ain't home. It's just me and my puppy, and I lost 20 grand. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I had the live stream going the other night, Tuesday, I think. My 17-year-old daughter's boyfriend hears it and says, you do Rico? He tells me all his buddies do Rico. Hey, they don't do me, pause. They just know me. I was going to send you another DM, but TikTok won't let me. I think you have to accept messages. Oh, okay, Darnell. I joined your Patreon. I guess I'm a new MVP. That's what I'm talking about. Don't cry, please. No, ain't nobody crying. Bianca does. This girl don't talk the whole live. Now she says don't cry. I ain't crying. Look at me. I'm straight. No longer have to pick Sam Houston and Jacksonville State games every week. We got MAC action now. We don't want to pick any of this shit. MAC action's worse. Us MVPs are standing strong with you, Rico. Yeah, some of you are. 20 grand is 1 unit for Mike Schmidt. Yeah. Well, for me, it's a whole lot of child support. So just keeping it real. It's about a year and a half's worth of child support. So or at least, I'm sorry, half a year's. Maybe a year and a half of child support. That's what I just lost, 2 years of child support. Yeah, I was confused when they said my membership was paused. I thought my card declined, and I was scared as hell thinking someone took my bread. Shout out to you, Juice. Yeah, that's a worse feeling. That's a worse feeling. It could always be worse. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Sorry for the long-winded rant at the beginning. I am trying to stay in high spirits, but as soon as I get off this video, I'll be bummed. There's no getting over it. It just comes in waves. You guys know it feels like a bad breakup. To make you feel better, I lost $70K this weekend because of Troy's fluke win. Okay. Yeah, we know, man. We know. All right, y'all. Stay blessed. Be easy. I'm not even going to put an outro song. I don't even care. All right, go on.